You're playing United on Tuesday. You've beaten 5 of the top 6 this season. Obviously, if you beat United, that means you've done a clean sweep. What's that say about the players and the evolution of the squad that you're even talking about completing the Big 6 sweep?
Yeah, well, it shows you how well they've done in a lot of the other games. We've got to play the Europa League finalists and the Champions League finalists in 2 of our last 3 league games. So that shows you how these players have done to be up there competing and fighting. So, but we're very close to achieving what it is we want. But we know we have to really fight, John, and of course. Now, we've made it difficult for ourselves. That's the reality. The last 2 games, we haven't got the results that we wanted to. And now means that we've got to really push and look to win these games and starting with the next game.
I'm sure Casper would be a bit disappointed with conceding 4 goals, to say the least. But I mean, to be fair, he made a fantastic early save, didn't he? Just going to United as your captain and keeper, he can have a big role to play. I imagine not on Tuesday night. Is that fair?
Yeah. He made a huge save for us earlier in the game. We made a poor defensive mistake. But yeah, his concentration is at the highest level all the time. So there's nothing that he really could have done in terms of the goals. He's such an important player for us. But yeah, like us all, we're disappointed with the result. We've won a lot of games this season, but when we lose together. That's the spirit. You've seen the spirit in the second half. We keep going, keep fighting, keep running, and we'll have to take that spirit into the next game.
Is Casper's sort of concentration then with the levels that you want the other lads to aspire to in these remaining games? Is that fair? Because he's always been quite an intense character, it seems.
Yeah, the likes of him, Johnny, Vards, these boys are experienced players. We've got a lot of young players, in our back line. So that's something, and something I mentioned before. Leading into this period that. When you're challenging for at the top end of the table or for trophies, and the concentration level has to increase. You've got to be really, really focused. That's the real hard part about this season. And because if you're not and you go loose, you'll get punished. And that's what happened to us tonight. Our concentration was nowhere near good enough in certain aspects of our defending, and made too many mistakes.
You obviously lost to Bournemouth at a similar stage last season. It felt like a similar kind of defeat. Is there anything you can learn from that game in terms of how to pick the players up ahead of Tuesday?
No, listen, you can relate lots of games to similar moments, can't you? It's, tonight was just a really disappointing performance. It was, I think it was shown over the course of the season how the squad and team was developing, but no, it's just about concentration, and if you concentrate it gives you less possibilities to make mistakes. And we lacked that, and if you do that against good players, they'll punish you. So yeah, that's the learning. You've got to be really focused, and it's a stage of the season where when you're challenging, especially when you get young players, then. That's the learning that they will that they need to have in order to succeed at this level. So it was a different game to last year. We actually played quite well last year in the first half, and then we had a man sent off. Different here. We lost a really poor goal, made too many mistakes in our passing, but ultimately we didn't defend well enough, and that's normally not something that we would do.
But will it be a case of needing to do something extra to pick the players up? Could it be more damaging than just a defeat early in the season?
No, I think that my approach has always been to, I'm always here to support the players. That's my role. I'll always, never get too carried away with them when we win, never too disappointed when we lose. We're always disappointed, of course. But the nature of this game and sport at the highest level is you have that disappointment. I'll go home tonight, analyse the game. We can see some more of the details. of the game, and then go back in over the next few days and look to help them improve on that. And that's what the game's about, So yeah, it's support, it's getting around them, it's being candid and where we can be better, and then get into the next game and let's fight, and because everything is to play for still.